Morris, top table, Carl Morris. Nathan Ellis, top table, Nathan Ellis. Ben Smith, top table.
Cole Morris, top table please. Cole Morris, Ben Smith, Nathan Ellis, top table.
Ben Smith, top table, Nathan Ellis, top table. Okay, matches in the 1:15 session. On table 10, Richard Chapman, Karim Barada. Richard Chapman, Karim Barada, table 10. On table 15, Jack Whelan, Carl Egger. Jack Whelan, Carl Egger, table 15. On table 1, stream table, Carl Morris, Chris Melling. Carl Morris, Chris Melling, table 1. On table 16, Ben Flack, Neil Raybone. Ben Flack, Neil Raybone, table 16. On table 17, Connor Tracy, Neil Randall. Connor Tracy, Neil Randall, table 17. On table 18, Jack Helliwell, Steve Oxley. Jack Helliwell, Steve Oxley. We'll get more games on when we can. Ben Smith, top table. Nathan Ellis, top table. Next match on table 6, Dan Eaton Lees, Glenn Whitmore. Dan Eaton Lees, Glenn Whitmore, table 6. Nathan Ellis, top table. Carl Morris, top table. Nathan Ellis, top table. Next match on table 19, Paul Keeping, Jack Schofield.
Good afternoon and welcome back to the action. And what action we bring you now. Between the 1998 World Champion, who is Carl Morris, and his opponent, the 2001 and 2003 World Champion in Chris Melling. So, two players that have been around the scene for many years, have played each other dozens of times. The most recent being just a few short weeks ago in the last Ultimate Pool event, where Chris played Carl in the first round on the arena table, and from what I remember, Chris was very dominant. I think, if memory serves me right, at something like 7-2. I know it's a comfortable win, so Carl will be looking to seek revenge.
Next match on table 5, Liam Leach, Steve McHenry. Liam Leach, Steve McHenry, table 5.
There are some players who just don't give anything away. Got a real poker face. People like, well, we saw Gaz Hibbert yesterday, Greg Batten, they never really give much away. You will see every expression painted on the face of Carl Morris. He will tell you when it's a good shot. There you go. When it's a good one, when it's a bad one. You'll know, especially if it's a bad one. He's roommates, often sharing a room with Phil Harrison, and they're very much similar in that style. Very expressive. He's annoyed in the fact that had it just gone another inch down the table, then this was a really simple finish. And now suddenly he has to play this with check side, come into the back of the yellow and try and develop that red, which he's done successfully. That works. That's absolutely fine. He can play this. I'm not sure if he can play it with loads of side. Maybe the knuckles in the way, or he can just screw back. Whichever he feels comfortable with. Yeah, he can play it with side. Fairly big margin of error there. Again, doesn't really need to do too much with the cue ball here. You can just run into the gap of the two yellows and be left with the black. Yeah, just needed to beware. If he cannons the yellow in that way, he could have lost the cue ball another half an inch of pace and he'd lost the cue ball behind the yellow, but as it happens, he's fine. A little tester, which he drops in at a pocket weight, and it's a nice finish from Carl Morris. He wins the first frame, just a race to 4. So it's going to be short and sharp. Not too much in the way of room for mistakes. As always, please do like and share the stream for us if you would be so kind. Again, that's all we really ask is if you're watching either Facebook or YouTube, just to like the stream. I'm sure there's lots of people out there who would enjoy watching this game. Great break. Oh, ball's going everywhere. Timed it really well. Instantly nominates. And would have instantly nominated yellows.
Harriet Haynes top table, Tommy Lewis top table.
Opens with a tester. And you can see him just flexing his neck there. You can see him just... He's been troubled by his neck and his shoulder throughout this weekend. He's a property owner. He's got a number of rental properties, and he said that he's been doing some work in the loft of one of the properties, moving stuff around, and pulled his neck. I think it's troubling him slightly. It's not affecting him too much. Every time I've seen him playing over the weekend, he was playing very well. Probably short of ideal position. I think he would have rather been a little bit closer, maybe just above the bulk line. I think he would have liked to have played the one near the black spot next, but well, still may be able to. I think he's found the gap. So he's got a choice of the two. Definitely want to play the one on the near the black spot if you can. Leave the one over the pocket until last. Well, maybe looking at the one over the pocket, but yeah, he's going to take that and then play the yellow as the last ball. Seems like that was always his plan, but I just think it's he played it cushion first, and the issue was he had to judge the cannon on the red to perfection, otherwise that was easily overhit, and could have been in trouble, but he played it well. He's going to have to play another good one now. He's got to play this with pace into the middle because he needs to get the cue ball on and off the bottom cushion. Yeah, that's okay. You'd always rather be right behind these, and because he's come a little bit wider, I think he's going to play it to top. I don't think he's going to go to middle. Yeah, top corner. Not sure that's what he played for. I'm pretty sure he'll admit that he played it for middle, but that's the great thing about that shot. If you do overhit it, then you've got the option to play at the top corner, and he left it pretty much dead straight. All the names back in the draw again. Early Saturday morning. Jack Whelan, who's out of the main event now, is back in action. Neil Rayburn the same, playing Ben Flack. Many of the big names already fallen. Of course, Jack out of the main event, and Declan Brennan also out. Chris Melling too. We'll have a quick look at how that main event's shaping up. "32 players remain in it. Still some very familiar names left in. Josh Juhas will play Dylan Leary. Sean Chipperfield will play Callum Singleton. Jamie Graham, Connor Tracy. Matt Pill, Arfin Dad. John Rowe, Sean Story. Scott Gillespie, Glenn Hannibal. Christy Colefield, Chris Day, and Josh Kane against Jack Schofield. Josh, of course, beat Tom Cousins last night. So that's, I think I just said the last 32, but it's not, it's actually the last 16. So that's how the last 16 is shaping up.
Next match on table 14, Ian Duffy, Harjeet Singh. Ian Duffy, Harjeet Singh, table 14. Steve Petty, top table. Steve Petty, Josh Corkett, top table. Millie Waiting, Steve Smart. Malcolm Postin, top table. Malcolm Postin, top table. Next match on table 7, Steve Petty, Jake McCartney. Steve Petty, Jake McCartney, table 7.
The obvious problem for yellows here is the one tied up next to the black. You can't, it's a difficult one to get out. You can't come at it from above because it's a dead set plan to put the red in. If you come from it below, the chances are it's probably not going to come out because you've got the black above it. It's one of those you need to kind of, if you're going to come at it from below, you need to get to the kind of to the cushion side to make sure you push the black up the table and the yellow comes into the main playing area essentially. But what do you hit it off of?
If anyone has lost a G-Star Raw hoodie,
Nothing
hand in the top table.
natural to get it.
Table 12, Gary. Good man.
Noticeably, Carl not wearing his implant. He has been trialing playing with it on, so he can hear things around the room, but he doesn't have it, so he's actually playing in total silence. So all the things that you can hear normally, all the other tables and the clatter of the balls and the announcements going on in the background, he's just playing in absolute perfect silence. So I assume his plan was always to try and double this ball out, but I don't think he's got. Doesn't look like a good angle for the double. Doesn't look great, does it? The cocked hat may be on, but I just wonder if the red's in the way. Could play it as a cocked hat double essentially, so play it narrower. He's looking at that angle now, so into the side cushion, bottom cushion, opposite side cushion, back onto this side cushion and back over to the right pocket. So essentially across the table 3 times. Well, he's playing against a player in the background there that this is the kind of shot that he'd enjoy, but you can see from the look on Chris's face he doesn't fancy it. He's like looking, thinking, nah, can't see it. Some shot this would be. He's going to get the black out at the same time. Just too wide. And you could hear Carl say that. Just too wide. Not a million miles away. I think he played that as a skill. He's trying to pop both reds. It just makes the clearance easier because he doesn't, he can't leave that red as his last red to get on the black. And now he's overrun. Oh, just for a split second it looked like he'd overrun that positional shot. If he'd have crept in behind that red, he was pretty much in no man's land. As it happens, it's perfect. Just a delightful use of side. The check side just checking off the bottom cushion. Just plays that so naturally. Wow. How the game twists. did well, but no success. And from being at 2-0 and looking like he's going to go to 3-0, all of a sudden, Chris has a chance to make it 2 each. Suddenly gone wrong.
But it's very different to what we were sold though. I see a sticker on the wall. So we were given that menu, but that's not what they serve. It's just burgers and chips. That's not what they do at all. Don't ignore that. Because they don't do that. Yeah, but they don't do that. That's what they used to do before lockdown. Yeah, but they're doing it in the restaurant, so I thought, perhaps that'll be a bit hot. Just when they was over here, they used to cool cold.
Just trying to cut that back onto the yellow, get it in over the pocket, just put some cover in. But this is now very much on for Carl. I think he wins the frame from here. Especially as this yellow didn't realise he could get to the potting angle past the black. That makes things even easier. Oh, that's gone wrong. Ooch. When he hit it, I wonder why he hit it with so much pace, but maybe he just felt that, I mean, he definitely wanted to take the yellow to the left pocket next, rather than leave it until last. So maybe he felt he couldn't hold, he needed to come across the table 3 times, so he hit it a lot harder, but it's caught the red. And I don't think he can cannon off the yellow to pot the other yellow. If we just look at it from overhead, there you can see that it's not right over the pocket, it's set towards that far jaw. So if it was over the pocket, I think he could play a cannon, stun off the yellow that he's closest to and send the cue ball across there, but I don't think that shot's on, so may be able to play the one over the pocket with a lot of right hand side and come back and cannon into the other yellow, but even then you're not guaranteed that it's going to come out. So suddenly he's made a real problem for himself. Thinks he can get over there. This needs to be good though. I played it off the black. Where's the black going? Well, trying to look for the positives in that. I guess the fact that it's not an absolutely simple clearance, but actually where that black's gone has created a big pocket for the red. This is one that got away for Carl Morris. Did not expect him to mess up from where he was. As I say, a big pocket here, so I think ideally Chris won't want to hit the black, because he won't want to move it. And pots it cleanly. Didn't need it. Nicely on the red to opposite middle. Yeah, the one that got away, Carl will be very annoyed. Should be 3-1. And it's 2 each back on serve. Chris Melling to break in frame 5. Oh. Now the cue ball stayed up there. Looked destined for the middle. hit both jaws and stayed out. So maybe the tides are turning. The red just below the black. It passes to left middle, but a lot of traffic around it. And I think the finish is there. But he's really good cue ball. Drop the one into the middle. Run through an inch or two. Play the one to bottom left. And swing the cue ball off the bottom cushion and find that gap between the two yellows. He's looking at playing a cannon. I don't think he's going to take the route that I said. Well, indeed, he's going to go for yellows. Just doesn't like that at all. Maybe never really looked at it, but I think it was there. Don't know. Maybe. Who am I to question? Chris Melling. He sees the patterns better than anybody. Maybe that positional shot was just too risky. Very bad miss. Smile on his face. But,
Is Jamie Grant in the room? Jamie Grant?
he won't. There'll be no pleasure. A wry look on Carl's face, but has to be happy to even be at the table. Still not happy. He's needed to finish higher, leave an angle off this red to cannon the pack. May still be able to get to the top yellow. Might still come out here. If he can flick the top edge. He's not played it. I was going to say, I think the shot was on, but he wasn't interested. If he plays the pot, obviously he hits that ball thinner, and then catch the top edge of the yellow that's closest to the cushion to flick the red out. but either didn't look at it or wasn't interested. Chris is just going to put some more cover in. Carl not interested. In doing anything but turning this frame tactical. Knowing that's a clever shot, because now he has all the time in the world to get his difficult red out. I think Chris is going to just try and cannon the black over the pocket. This needs to be really delicate. Oh, what a shot. Oh my goodness. That's brilliant. Look at Carl. He knows how good that was. That's so... I mean, another 5 millimeters and that black drops. Well, not even that. Probably 3 millimeters and the black drops. That was super. It really was super. Both players know each other well. They're both having a laugh and a joke with each other. But that was a fabulous shot by Chris and so well seen. It's just brilliant tactics. Incredible. Turn the frame around with that one shot. Carl needs to get this red out and get it out quickly, otherwise Chris is going to be moving his balls. That's a clever shot. Just wonder if he's got the angle here to try and cannon these out. I think he has. He's going to screw across table. Hold on to your hats is one of them. But he's not on anything. He doesn't even have the cocked hat. I'm sure I just lip read him say, "What have I got to do?" He's not having the best of form recently. Well, when I say the best of form, he's on form. He's not having the best of fortune. Yellow over the black. But that's pretty horrible in these rules, because then you've only got to get it back out again. Yeah, he's heard him saying yesterday that I think he said in his last 5 matches he's only missed 2 balls, but he's just not getting any rub and coming up against brick walls at the moment. I don't think he's got the same shot that Carl played earlier, the cocked hat double, because the red's in the way, and I think the yellow's in the way of the cocked hat. The standard cocked hat's in the middle, so what's he going to come up with here? Is he going to come around 2 cushions to try and... No, I don't think it's going to be 2 cushions to try and pot the one in the middle, because he's still going to have the problem of this difficult ball. He needs to find something with this. Cocked hat plant? It's not far off. Oof. Great effort. What's he left? What's he left? He's got a decent white. Yeah, tricky. When they're this close together, really difficult to pick the angle. He's played it off, well, I was going to say he played it off the yellow, but he didn't. He played more of a tactical shot to push the yellow up towards the top corner pocket. Again, it's giving Chris a chance. He's got the ball to top right, can leave himself a double. What a shot. What a couple of shots, by the way. What a great finish. That really was a fabulous frame. That swung both ways. That could have gone both ways. A brilliant tactical piece in the middle from both players. And I don't think Carl will believe that he's lost that frame. He was in complete control of it. And Chris played a great tactical shot to turn it around. And from a position of 2-0 up, Carl Morris is going to be breaking at 3-2 behind. And I've got some company in the commentary box. Good afternoon to Scott Yardley. How are you?
Oh, good afternoon, Nick. Yeah, I'm very well, thank you. And
Excellent.
looks like I've joined this at quite a big moment in the match. Obviously,
Yeah.
3-2 and that crazy finish that I just saw the end of there from Chris. I thought Cole's shot was quite clever, actually, just to push the yellow up the rail. But when you play the magician, and
Yeah.
nothing's safe on the table, is it? So I'm hoping for a decider now that I've sat down next to
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie.
He's he definitely took a risk when he played that shot, but I guess it's very much the way Carl plays. He plays the percentages, doesn't he? And he felt that the pot was a lower percentage than just trying to get back to the table. He knows if he comes back to the table, he's going to be a big favourite to clear up.
Yeah, and it's something that you touched on as well, that he was close to the potting angle to play that red into the top corner, and it's one of those, he'd had to play it with a lot of pace as well, because there was two yellows blocking the left-hand side of the table, so he'd have had to punch it and get across. So, yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with his shot, but these reds look like they've gone, I think, to be honest.
Yeah, it's amazing how the game, the momentum swings. It's Carl Morris was in dominant form early on, and then Chris just found one, which turned into two, and now he finds himself ahead. And a dry break from Carl is just another momentum shift.
I think he's just going to take these three in the bulk area now and work his way down gradually, and possibly leave the one for the left middle for the black, but not necessarily. I mean, the black does drop into the middle anyways, so. You may decide to come down table from this red, actually. Leave the two in the top for the black in the bottom left-hand corner. Yep, so he decided to go down table, and he's overhit that. I think he wants to finish there somehow. Time for a reroute. I think it's to just drift the cue ball somewhere near the middle pocket here, like so.
Well, I don't think he's on anything here.
We'll find out if it. I don't know. He can. I mean, you could possibly play the two reds that are together. He can play the right-hand red off of the left-hand red, so get into the corner. But then that's going to disappear on the left-hand side, and
Yeah.
he's no guarantee to leave himself a shot on it. But
So even if you found the gap, how does he then get from either of those two reds to the one then on the rail? So
yeah, no, exactly.
he's chasing this finish a little.
Unless it goes. I mean, he's just pointed at the spot on the table there where he wants to put the cue ball. No, I think he's just playing safe here.
Don't know if he is. I think he's going to play the cannon. Yeah.
Ooh. All right then, Cole, what have we got? He's 3-2 down, isn't he, at the moment?
He is 3-2 down, yeah. It's, I know the viewers at home will have noticed that the score hasn't moved on.
Oh, they haven't changed the tablet.
Yeah, the score is always taken from Q score. So we rely on the players to update the score on the tablet, so they haven't done so.
I'm sure Chris tried to get behind the black. Sorry, Cole tried to get behind the black there, I think, but he's okay. See this shot here, I think Chris is actually attempting to pot this red off the cushion, and I think we've seen him do it multiple times, haven't we, in different TV events and stuff, where he just seems to just find these angles all the time. There we go. What a shot. Unlucky.
So I can tell you that coming up after this game is going to be another great game, actually, between Oli Bale and Tom Cousins.
So great.
That's going to be a cracker. And then after that, we've got Rob Warren against Carl Sutton. So good action coming up throughout the rest of the afternoon. Then, of course, we're back into the main event, last 16 from 5 p.m. Hopefully playing down to a final tonight. The last couple of events, it's just gone on a little too long. So we've postponed the final until the Sunday. Hopefully we can get it all in tonight.
Oh, I think that could be Carl's last shot, I'd say.
That could be, yeah, very much so.
The black looks okay for the middle.
Yeah.
On table 8, Megan Proctor, Alexandra Cunha. Megan Proctor, Alexandra Cunha, table 8.
And a perfect angle just to drift across as well.
On table number 9.
Certainly a game for the ages, these two boys playing each other, isn't it?
Yeah.
20 odd years of playing each other.
I was saying 23 years since Carl's world title, and I think 18 years since Chris's last one as well, 2003. So, yeah.
Their longevity is something to behold, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's incredible. Not just them, obviously you got Phil as well, and Mick and Darren Appleton, all those players, and just amazing how they've stayed at the top of the game for as long as they
Yeah.
have.
And great mates as well. But at the moment, Chris Melling's got Carl's number. He's beaten him in the last few times they've played, I think. So Carl will be back, and we will as well. We'll be back. We're going to reset things here. We'll be back with the action in 5 or 10 minutes, and it's going to be Oli Bell against Tom Cousins. That game is scheduled. Actually, it's scheduled for 15:30. No, sorry, I'm looking further down. It's actually scheduled for 1400, so we're running a little bit behind time, but we will be back with the action as soon as we reset things. Keep an eye on it. Give us 5 minutes, and we'll be back.
On table 6, Mary Jo Court, Big Briscoe. Mary Jo Court, Big Briscoe, table 6.